Welcome to Easy 3 Sport Production. I'm your host, Suttles, and today we'll be recapping the game between the New York Knicks and the Atlanta Hawks. Let's get it. Wow. 113 to 108. The New York Knicks beat Atlanta Hawks 113 to 108, and it was a tremendous comeback. This is a well-coached team. There's no doubt about it. Tibbs is the guy. This is a well-coached team, and you see this team is going to grow into something special this season. We don't know exactly what it is yet, but we know they're going to grow into something special. This game and these last couple of games on this road trip has proven that. Last night, the New York Knicks won 113 to 108 against the Hawks. They were down by 15 with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. They chopped the lead down to 4 before the fourth quarter, and it was just a real back and forth game. But usually we've seen this as Knicks fans throughout the years. We would always come back, but then we wouldn't have the fuel to actually finish out the comeback. But in the fourth quarter, the defense prevailed, and at the end of the day, they closed out the Hawks. It was great to see. Julius Randle. Oh man, this man is playing on another level. 28 points, 17 rebounds, 9 assists, almost had another triple-double. He is playing like a guy out of his mind. He wants to be known as an all-star for the New York Knicks. Tibbs came into this season and he really challenged Julius Randle. He told him that he needs to be the leader on the court and off the court, and we see it in his game. He went back home, he lost the weight, and he committed himself to being a better basketball player, and it's showing this season. This man is playing like a beast, an absolute beast, and I love it. RJ Barrett, another good game. Another good game from RJ. 26 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists. He is playing like a man possessed. He's playing like he felt disrespected last year in his rookie year. He went home. He worked on his game. I was saying it earlier because he was having a shooting struggle. And all guys really go through it, but he was able to get through it. But the biggest thing when he was in his shooting slump was it didn't take away from him defensively. It didn't take away from him grabbing rebounds, actually working on the defensive end. So that was a good thing. That's why he always was playing high minutes, because even though he wasn't scoring, he was doing other things to help the team to try and get that W. But RJ, he's doing great right now, and he is going to be a solid guy that we can build this young team around. I see it. I just see it. Mitchell Robinson, he only had 8 points, 7 rebounds, but the biggest thing was the 2 blocks. And one of the blocks came towards the end of the game in the fourth quarter in crunch time. And one of the biggest things for us Knicks fans, because we know he's always in foul trouble. Once he blocked the ball, they ended up getting the ball back. Now, usually Mitch Robinson in that situation, crunch time, he would have jumped, he would have leaned his arm forward, he would have gotten the foul, the Hawks would have went to the line, they probably would have hit the free throws, but he stood up, he just stood straight up, played great defense, contested the shot, missed the shot, got the ball. That's the improvement that we're seeing with Mitch Robinson, because we all know that he's a force on the defensive end, but his problem is always getting into foul trouble. And at the end of the day, we see that improvement working better and better because he's able to play more minutes, and he is a very good guy to have on the court, especially in those kinds of situations, because he is long enough, he is athletic enough. Even if the guys are playing small, he's able to get out on those 3-pointers, and he's able to protect the rim. Great. Tibbs was hitting every single button correctly last night, and you had to. You truly had to, because of the deficit that we was in. Now, the biggest reason in my mind that we came back last night, IQ. This rookie is amazing. IQ. every time he comes onto the court, he just makes an impact. And you've seen it. He only played 3 minutes in the first half. Now, we dropped down by 15 with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. He inserts Quickley, and things begin to turn around instantly. He is going to eventually take over the point guard role for Elfrid Payton, but right now, he's a great spark off the bench, and you just see it. Like, when he came into the game, everything just turned around, and we went on that run towards the end of the third. It got that great clutch shot by Kevin Knox at the end to make sure we're going into the fourth quarter down by single digits, but even just not single digits, but down by 4. It was great. And then Emmanuel Quickley, he was killing it. He was killing it in the fourth quarter with him and Rivers. Those were the two that was the sparks off the bench, but more importantly, those were the two that held Ice Trae in check. Because we all know Ice Trae just likes to gun the threes. He likes to make people look stupid, drawing fouls. He loves the flop, but those guys played solid defense on him. He still scored 31 points, but at the end of the day, it was a very inefficient 31 points. They had him very frustrated throughout the fourth quarter with their tantalizing defense. It was great. It was great. Emmanuel Quickley, he put in 16 points. Austin Rivers put in 8 points. But as I was saying before, it was more so about the defense on Trae Young, because Trae Young is really the machine that makes that Hawks team go, because he's so ball dominant. But now when you're really getting under his skin, the rest of the team, they're done. They're not going to be able to do anything because he's the guy that makes that team go. And at the end of the day, this was a great win. They closed out the game. They won this road trip game. This is the third out of the 4 games, the road trip that they've won. And they are literally a bad shooting night away from sweeping this road trip. If they didn't have a 9% three-point shooting outburst against the Raptors, we'll be talking about the Knicks just swept a road trip. Like, when was the last time that happened? The Knicks sweeping a road trip. But we won 3 of the 4 last games. We're looking good. We're 4-3 right now out of 7 games. This team looks like a real solid team, and they look like that they really want to push towards the playoffs. And if you really want to know the culture that Tibbs has established and the way he got these guys playing, defensive-minded guys. The Atlanta Hawks came into this game averaging 120 points. The Knicks held them to 108. The Hawks came into this game averaging 40% from the three-point line. The Knicks held them to 32%. And I'm not sure on the statistics, but I'm pretty sure the Knicks are either number 1 or number 2 in defense efficiency from the three-point line. It's defensive-minded basketball. That's what it is. And I love it. I know the New Yorkers love it. We're finally over 500. Good things. Good things. This team is looking up. This team is looking up. And this has been a Subtles recap for Easy 3 Sport Production. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and also share the video. Sharing is caring and help the channel grow. Until next time, I'm out.